Flip waiting for flipping university to get some money, either from parents giving or being able to work jobs because you're gonna be 18 and above, like everybody's saying nowadays. Because if I'm being honest, I'm still a flipping 16-year-old who's turning 17, who's living in his parents' house, and of course, I'm not getting anything maybe besides some allowance that my mother's usually paying me on a monthly basis. But I just see flip to waiting for that time to actually have some sort of money to, for example, pay for my gym memberships the way I want to and stuff like that. Because I've heard like a friend of mine, or not even a friend, but somebody who I usually speak to, one of the people I speak to more often, even at church, I was literally just talking to him about stuff, and I remember him just telling me something along the lines of, oh man, I can't wait until I go to university because finally I'll be able to live on my own and my mom is gonna give me this money, so I'm going to be able to finally pay for my own gym membership while work these jobs. But flip waiting because there are people who are literally like younger than 18 years old that I know exist in general. It's not like I actually know them, but I just know they exist in this world. I'm even trying to be one of them, who literally make way more or even just as much as the money that people like you, people like kind of me, I used to like, but people like you literally just wait to get from your parents. You just wait for them, or you just wait for that money. But there are people out there who are literally not even special. They're just flipping dumb, like less than 18 years old or 18 years old, and they did not wait, but they still flipping have an income that actually allows them to do what they want. Even some bloody like idiots, man, like DJ idiots. So yes, there's some quick cash methods. If you want something besides your mom's little like pocket money, of course you can try things that I know I've tried which actually work, like reselling items you don't use anymore on something called Facebook Marketplace, where you basically get like maybe these old dumbbells. I remember I had old dumbbells that I wasn't using, put them on Facebook Marketplace, and to be honest, it did take some months, but I was actually able to make like a quick, like flipping $40, $35. Of course, in my currency is not dollars, but I'm just trying to say it so it sounds more general. But like I would make that quick amount of money just because I resold dumbbells that I wasn't using. Even though it was like my mom who bought them initially, it's like that was free money for me. It wasn't a loss because I didn't even spend money on that either way. So reselling like old items that are not used, since I know you do live in your parents' house, I know you do. Another thing also that I tried, but I had to stop because I was just like fear of getting caught. It was kind of sketchy, but not as sketchy as you think. Reselling sweets, snacks that, little like normal teenage idiots with ADHD type of behavior nowadays like to eat. Like I literally used to buy sweets. I literally remember going to my tuck shop with like barely any money. My money is rands. I'm in South Africa right now. Basically, I had only like flipping 25 rand or something like that. But I actually literally just a little amount of money in my pocket in like my wallet or something. I was thinking, how can I multiply this? I even went to ChatGPT, tried asking it for advice. And what I picked up on was that I literally just had to resell things. So, again, I went to my nearby like local in my suburb tuck shop, bought like a packet of sweets. I saw how much, like I saw the price, and I kind of like calculated how much would one sweet cost in the whole packet of like 25 sweets. And if that costed a specific amount, I would basically say, okay, since I spent all my money on this thing, I'm actually going to say that for each sweet that's inside of that packet that I just bought for this amount of money, I'm actually going to make the price for one sweet slightly higher than what I actually invested in. So that if I were to basically sell it to somebody else like that at school, like some idiot who wants like this sweet, I think they were called like halls. I give them the packet, they say they want one. Even though like I was dealing with coins, bro, like coins. I was mainly dealing with coins, but then at the same time, I was getting quite a decent amount of like bulk buys, because I'll get like some people who just want to buy like 10 sweets at once because they're so addicted. And of course, kind of you have to have like some social skills for this and just ability to present yourself and maybe some likability, because for me, it was quite easy for me to just start like coming up to random people in my school, just kind of asking them in a sketchy way, do you want to buy sweets? Like I was talking to them if I wanted to sell drugs or something, but it was just sweets. And some of them were sketched out, felt weird, but I actually ended up like literally, I'm trying to remember how much I made. Like flipping 10xing the money that I had, even though still it was barely anything. Like I turned that 25 rand to literally like 250 rand just from profit of sweets alone. And that only took me like a couple of weeks of just like selling sweets to people, like just giving them at school, like at class, asking random people, do you want sweets? Do you want sweets? And then the same people again, because people would just be addicted. And the thing is that I actually selected sweets that were not sold at the school because people were thinking it's exclusive, right? So these are just like quick cash methods to just tell you to stop being an idiot, stop being a little wussy and being scared because you can do anything. But the thing is, to be honest with you, am I still doing it now? No. Because first of all, yes, it's not as sustainable. Like, of course, I don't like just doing this all the time, trying to speak to random people. And at the same time, I didn't want to get caught because I knew if I got caught, my parents were going to get me in trouble. And I know my school didn't want stuff like that because people actually used to do that in the past that I heard of from my school. But some of them, I think they got into like real big trouble just from doing that. Like even some teachers that were selling things, like even popcorn, they literally got kicked out of the school and crap. So as soon as I heard that from some of my old friends, that was when I stopped. But you know, you don't need to be special, bro. You don't need to be special. Stop saying I'll wait for uni when I'll finally be out. My parents will be giving me more money. I'll be able to work a job and flip that. Start now. You can literally start off with online business. That is the real thing that will actually give you a living for life. It's literally what people are doing nowadays. Even people who are in that university age range, like 20s to 30s, they become successful. Like I'm sure you've heard of people, Iman Gaji, successful 26-year-old. And he just does like business, but not just like physical, but mainly online, where everything is digital. And it just allows you to have more freedom, not only financial freedom, because there's ways you can make the money in ways that you may even like better than just working a flipping job. You can also get location freedom because you can do the stuff wherever you want digitally. And then there's also time freedom. But of course, this depends on which model you choose. I'm sure you've heard of so many of these things like drop shipping, trading, influencer, what else? E-commerce or agency or flipping, what do they even call SMMA? I'm sure you've probably heard of these things, like these things that seem so fancy. Your option, those are your options. Those are your flipping options. And to be honest, my only advice I'll give you is that it's even something I've been picking up on nowadays is pick the one that you would actually enjoy leveling up in. Because if you just choose it for the money, fine, you can make yourself suffer to do it, but you won't be able to just work as much in it because yes, you're going to have to do the work. But if you just choose something that you know you would, something out of all of like the online business options you have that you know you're intrinsically good at, okay, not good at, but you'd like to, you actually like the process, you like it, it's something you can do even if you already had enough money either way, and you're not just doing it because it makes this money, because none of them are actually way better than the other. That's actually something I've learned. It's not like, oh, SMMA is like this, and then like there's a saying, there's a million ways to make $1 million. It just depends on what you like, because if there's somebody who's two people doing trading, one guy's doing it because of money and the other guy is doing it because he actually enjoys the process, like he talks about it, he gets into debates with people, it's his literal life, he's so addicted. The guy who's literally like addicted to like the charts, not even the money, he's like addicted to being right, to always making the right moves, he's going to stick to the path longer and actually make more money or even the same amount of money as the guy who literally just does it for the money. He's either going to give up at some point. He's like, oh, I lost motivation. Yeah, you're doing it for the money. Or if he actually just continues either way, he's gonna make money, a lot of money, right? If he actually just does it for the money. Like, this is what I'm hearing. but he's going to hate his life in general. He's gonna kind of just hate his life. He's gonna be like the slave, basically the same thing as working a 9 to 5, but now you're just doing it with a business that you don't really like the work for. And yeah, you just live a low quality life, you see. But to be honest, the best one nowadays, I would say, like, not really like best, but to be honest, I'm gonna be most guys, teenage guys like us who are young, ambitious, healthy testosterone levels, we wanna keep leveling up our lives. The one that I'd say would most likely fit you, since you're watching this, just think about it. It's personal brand. It's being kind of an influencer. I don't like saying influencer, but personal brand, where you are sharing your opinions to people you think might need your help online, like these people you watch, like even me. This is basically what I'm doing. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's what I'm trying to build, even though I'm like nowhere right now. I know I will be somewhere. You basically spread your opinions to basically build and cultivate an audience of people who are basically like the old version of you, who are struggling, so they can level up from your advice, and then you sell them a product that actually helps them even more to get the result that they want. Kind of like influence people, you get known. You can do this on YouTube, just posting videos, Instagram, like reels. People end up knowing your face, and you basically become like that influencer. And why it's so good is because it guarantees you financial freedom, because most of the time you'll actually enjoy what you're doing. Obviously, I'm saying do what you want. It doesn't mean that this is what you automatically enjoy, but this is what I know I'll enjoy doing. Like, for example, ask yourself, what would you do for work if you already had like $1 billion, you had infinite money, but you didn't have to do anything for money, you just want to do at work? Then for me, it would kind of just be like, I told myself it would be like helping guys like to level up in the gym, because I go to the gym and I've been building muscles. So I'd like to see guys level up their physiques just from my advice. I'd actually like that. See people growing just from what I'm telling them to do. So of course I just knew that, oh, the way I could possibly make money from this in the modern day, but I'm actually doing what I like, is recording videos. And then eventually I sell a course, I give advice that's monetized and paid for, makes you money. So what I'm saying is, like, you can consider this because it gives you financial freedom, it gives you location freedom, because you can literally work wherever, gives you time freedom. You can work whenever you want. You don't have to be on this sloppy schedule where the charts are only gonna start at like this time. You basically like what you're doing, but that's like the meta nowadays. But if you know that's not for you, you can, the only way you're gonna find out if it is for you or not is if you actually just try. Because I'm not gonna lie, I've kind of tried trading, I've kind of tried drop shipping, but some of the ones you'll be able to tell that I do not like the bad parts of this thing. But I'd say the bad parts of this business model is better than the rest. Figure it out. Don't waste time thinking. Just start. Just flipping start. Even recording videos like this. Just start. Start. Eventually you'll know what you should stick to, and just stick to it. Don't be the guy who sits there waiting for uni or whatever, for jobs. Or the guy who just, I don't know, is only hopping from model to model. Just take the advice I'm telling you, and it will flipping set you free. Because most people don't think like this at all. Most of the guys I know, all of them just don't think like this, man. Alright?